Yo, what's going on, everyone? It's Cyber here. Welcome back to another video. And today I am going to be showing you guys all the lineups I have made for the new map Pearl. Now, for this lineup, what we're going to do is we're going to back into this box right here, right in the center. We're going to take the little nub at the top of our health bar line, and we're going to line it up with this dark spot right here. And we're going to do a second bar charge. And the reason this is a riot arrow is because it kind of lands in the middle of the air, which is super useful. It's kind of hard to shoot since you don't have, like, you know, an object to shoot at. And it scans pretty much all of sight except for back here and a little bit of back sight. All right, now for this lineup here, what we're going to do is we're going to back up into the same box here, same spot. And we're going to take the corner underneath these 0 in our health bar line. And we're going to line it up with this top rock here. And we're going to actually move it a little bit to the right. So it would be around centered with the 0. And then we're going to do a second bar charge. It's going to fly, and it's going to land right on the spike. And then for the second arrow, what we're going to do is we're going to back into the same spot. And we're going to take the nub at the top of our health bar line and line it up right here in this corner together. It's going to look a little something like this.
Scanning ahead. Revealing area.
And there you have it. All right, now for this lineup, what we're going to do is we're going to back into this corner right here. And we're going to look at the right corner of this second shingle. We're going to take the little nub off the top of our health bar line. And we're going to do a third bar charge. And it is going to fly right here and scan pretty much all of sight except for back here and back sight. Now for this lineup over here, it is very important to note that people will most likely be diffusing from right here in this corner because this is so out in the open. You're going to be as behind the wall as much as possible. So this lineup is really helpful because you won't even have to peek it for them to have damage done to them. Now, what we're first going to do is we're going to take the bottom middle of our drone and line it up with this third shingle. And we're going to do a third bar charge. It's going to go. It's going to fly. And it's going to land right in that corner. And for the second arrow, what we're going to do is same spot. We're going to take the second charge bar line and line it up with the bottom left-hand corner of this fifth shingle. And we're going to do a second bar jump. And it's going to go, it's going to fly, and it's going to land right there as well. All right, now for this lineup, what we're going to do is we're going to back up against this wall and then kind of move until you see this wall right here and this very far back wall line up with each other. And once they're lined up, what we're going to do is take the top of our charge bar line and kind of line it up with this corner while our crosshair is in the center of this gap. And we're going to do a 1 bar third bar charge. And it's going to land right here on spike. And the second arrow, again, same spot. What we're going to do is we're going to take, so our crosshair is in the middle, but also lines up with the top of this gray spot on this middle pillar, and do a 1 bounce full charge. And it's going to land right on spike. Together, they're going to look a little something like this.
Revealing area.
And boom, there you go. Now for this lineup, what we're going to do is we're going to back up into this corner where default plant usually is. And we're going to take the top little nub of the line underneath our health and line it up with this top of this rock kind of jutting out. And we're going to do a second bar charge. And it's going to fly, and it's going to land right on this tree, giving you a perfect amount of information for anybody entering. Now for this lineup, what we're going to do is we're going to back into the center of this door back here on site. And we're going to first take the bolded part of the line to the right of our util, little bolded part of the diagonal upwards part, and take the bottom of that. We're going to line it up right here in this corner and do a second bar or third bar charge. And it's gonna go. It's gonna fly, fly, fly. It's gonna land right here, right on the orb. And for the second arrow, same spot right here. And we're going to take the little right part of the top of the line underneath our health. That's kind of jutting out. And we're gonna line it up right here, right on this corner. And we're gonna do a second bar charge. And it's gonna go. It's gonna fly and also land right on the orb. Together, it's gonna look a little something like this.
Revealing area. Revealing area.
And there you go. Now, before we get into this lineup, I do want to preface that this lineup is meant to be done right after you hear the sound of them planting, because when they're done planting, your lineup will land just about right after they're done planting. So they're going to be running away, maybe running to go to main after they're done planting, and you want it to land where they're running so it'll do the most damage. And this is where it'll land, and this is where it'll do the most damage. Now, to get into the lineup, what we're going to do is we're going to back into this corner right here. And we're going to first hold our knife out, because if you're playing on the right-handed, your Sova's hand actually covers this. We're going to take the leftmost part of the right line to the right of our util, and we're going to line it up with this corner here. And we're going to do a second bar charge. It's going to go, 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 go. It's going to land right here. And for the second arrow, we're going to take the line in between our drone and our shock dart icon, take the right part of it, and line it up with the top of this shaded part on this wall, and just do a tap. It's going to fly, and it's going to land right here. Together, it's going to look a little something like this.
Scanning ahead. Scanning ahead.
And there you go. Now for this lineup, we're going to back it in this corner, in this alleyway, giving us a lot of nice cover so we can do this lineup. And we're going to take the bottom left-hand part of the line underneath our health. We're going to line it up just above this line, right around this dark area. And we're going to do a third bar charge.
Scanning ahead.
And it's going to go, it's going to fly, and it's going to land just to the right of the spike. And for the second arrow, we're going to, same spot, take the actual opposite, and take the bottom right hand part of the right line to the right of our util underneath our ammo. We're going to line it up with just below the right corner of this light part on this lamp. And we're going to do a second bar charge. It's going to go, go, go. It's going to land right here. Together, it's going to look a little something like this.
Revealing area. Scanning ahead.
And there you go. Now for this lineup, we're going to back into the middle of this box here on set. We're going to take our bracket next to our number of bounces and line it up with this corner on what looks like a door. And we're going to do a 1 bounce full charge.
Revealing area.
And it's going to go land on this tree, scanning pretty much all of main. Now for this lineup, what we're going to do is we're going to back into this corner in this alleyway, and we're going to take the bottom right-hand line of our under our ammo bar next to the right of our util. We're going to line it up with this dark corner of this dark spot, and we're going to do a third bar charge. It's going to go ahead. It's going to go. It's going to go. It's going to fly, and it's going to land right here, right on top of Spike. And for the second arrow, we're going to back up into the same corner, and we're going to take the bottom left hand of the left line underneath our health and line it up with the right corner of this first diamond on the bottom part of this pattern. And we're going to do a second bar charge, and it's going to go, it's going to fly, and it's going to land right on Spike. Together, they're going to look a little something like this.
Scanning ahead. Revealing area.
And there you go. Now, for this lineup, before we get into it, I want to preface the fact that you want to start this lineup right after they make the sound that they're planting, because when your arrows are going to land, if you do the timing right when they start planting, the arrows are going to land right here, and this is where they will be because they're going to start running away right after the arrows hit. So, or right before the arrows hit. So they're going to run away, trying to get away, and the arrows are going to hit as they're running. Now, for this lineup, what we're going to do is we're going to back into this line or this side of the box right here, and we're going to take the right side of the line underneath our health bar closest to our drone and line it up with the bottom part of this diamond right here just above the tree, and we're going to do a one bar.
Revealing area.
It's going to go, it's going to fly, it's going to land right here, right on that little light. And for the second part, we're going to go same spot right here, and we're going to take the top part of the number 50 for our shield icon, and we're going to line it up with this dark spot on the tree, and we're just going to do a tap,
Scanning ahead.
and it's going to go, it's going to fly, and it's going to land right here. Together, it's going to look a little something like this.
Revealing area. Scanning ahead.
And there you go.
With